Ah, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Smackdown review. A lot of things happening on the show tonight as they pretty much move into Fastlane, which is the next Smackdown pay per view. Would I say it was better than Raw last night? Uh, it's a give or take, like, any way you want to put it for SmackDown. But once again, SmackDown, we open up with more Shane and Daniel Bryan. Who's the face and who's the heel this week? As Shane and Bryan pretty much open the show again, they talked about the land of opportunity as usual, and Shane told Daniel Bryan that you think he's not listening as they try to figure out who is who and argue about the main event and how Bryan is, how he has the least two people in the world he doesn't like right now in the SmackDown main event tonight. And Bryan said he thought, he's earned a huge raise around here. As Shane said, you don't understand what's going on about giving people undeserving superstars a shot at anything. And talked about, he pretty much saying that Kevin and Sami shared a career path through Daniel Bryan, as Shane McMahon put it, but they're not him, and they're manipulating him, and that this whole Yep movement thing is a cheap imitation of Daniel Bryan's greatest creation, that is the Yes movement. And he knows nothing more. You would love Daniel Bryan knows nothing more. You would like to compete through, compete in the ring and stuff. But it was one thing that Shane put out there, and this really kind of had the crowd kind of riling up for a second. He said that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are vicariously living through him, pretty much, as in that Daniel Bryan knows he cannot get back in the ring, so since they have the similar path as Shane puts it, they're just living vicariously through Daniel Bryan, pretty much. And people did react to that. And now some people, we don't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania, really, because this has been a very slow burn, but this feud just spins its wheels every week. It looks like that. Could it be Shane versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania? But that really depends if Daniel Bryan even wrestles at WrestleMania, and that's a I don't know. It's a possibility, but it's either a strong possibility or a least possibility. Really, it depends if Bryan is cleared to wrestle, and some may look at it as like manipulating, I don't know, a tragedy, pretty much, and put into a storyline, because him saying that, it's like, we know he can't wrestle, so I don't know what to say throughout all that. But could it be a match between these two? I don't know, but that was an interesting line Shane put up there, that they're living vicariously through him. And Bryan pretty much interrupted Shane, asked him what he's doing after Shane said that line. AJ Styles then came out, and AJ Styles got a big chant, and he says, I traveled 10,000 miles since the new year, defending this championship at the highest level, and I've built for the grind, and wrestling all over the world, and being days away from his family and stuff, and travel, but he cannot stand SmackDown management arguing over both Sami and Kevin, and Kevin when he is the WWE champion. And he pretty much looked at Daniel Bryan, Shane, man, said, I control my own destiny. I don't care who the winner is. I'll take them on at Fastlane, and he'll walk right into WrestleMania being the WWE champion. So I don't know. I still feel like, I'm surprised we're still doing this feud, but I guess they gotta continue on until we get into this whole WrestleMania feud with Nakamura and AJ. Is that we're still doing the Kevin and Sami. You get Shane and Daniel Bryan feud, and AJ Styles feels like he feels like a pawn throughout this whole feud. He really does. I said that during the Royal Rumble build. He feels like a pawn into this whole little game that Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are doing with this whole Kevin and Sami thing, and Sami and AJ Styles pretty much saying, hey, I control my own destiny. So yeah, Charlotte went against Liv Morgan. Match wasn't bad, I'll say that. Charlotte pretty much picked up the win after they kicked out the Riot Squad and then kept getting involved throughout most of the night. So it's not much to say through here. It wasn't a bad match. I'll say it wasn't really bad or anything. It's just, Charlotte got the win, figure 8, and that's pretty much. I don't know, the SmackDown Women Division, I guess they don't really got a lot going on. I don't know who's going to be the next challenger for Charlotte right now. I really don't. And it's the only women's match you saw tonight. After last night, you got 3 of them, and only 2, was it 3? Only like one of the matches was really good out of 3 of them last night. So it's not a lot going on with the women's division other than Charlotte defending title. Now, one thing I like to point out tonight was the New Day on social media all night, and New Day was throwing shots all night, especially through this whole Booker T and Corey Graves thing. And yeah, I said something about the Booker T and Corey Graves thing during the Raw review. Some people think it's a work, which is, I don't think it really is a work, and a lot of people look at this as a shoot. But I guess Big E was just throwing shots out there saying, does Corey Graves have a good left jab or right hook, I believe he said. And he said 6, because we'll get into that list later, but Corey Graves has a 6% chance of winning a street fight, I guess, because they were taking shots at subtle shots at Corey Graves tonight. Let me point that out there. Like, there was literally a lot of subtle shots to Graves, and those 2 ones that Big E put out there just pretty much made it known. I think I wrote it down. Yeah, 6%. That's what Corey Graves is in a street fight. So yeah, looking at this whole Booker T and Corey Graves thing, it's kind of weird that Booker T pretty much straight out threatened him. When you look at it, in WWE or management, I don't think it's really gonna do anything about it. Because if you threaten somebody, wouldn't that kind of get you fired from your job, since he pretty much went on the air and says, if I ever catch him in the street, I'm whipping his ass, pretty much. And I've said about Booker T on commentary before, Booker T isn't the worst commentator of all, but there are times where his commentary has been very bad. Hey, I like the guy as a wrestler. I think he's one of the best, but commentating, I don't know, it's a two-way street. But there's this time when Booker T just made no sense. Even before, when he was on the commentary team a while ago, I remember we kept doing that Booker T's Fave 5 thing, and there was this thing he just kept messing up on, and they kept calling him out for it. But as for this Corey Graves and Booker T thing, I don't think these two are gonna fight, and we know this will not be a wrestling match because Corey Graves is not medically cleared to wrestle since he had too many concussion injuries, I believe, and so he can't even wrestle anymore. But Big E just throwing out those shots out there tonight, just kind of playing with it. It's like they were just literally directed at Corey Graves, though. You see Corey Graves didn't really say anything on commentary about it, but yeah, man, it's like I said, if I had to pick who would really win a fight, if this really would be a fight between Booker and Corey, I'm gonna put my money on Booker T. Like I'm really am. I'm putting my money on Booker T if he ever tries to. I don't know, he pretty much says, if I ever catch him slipping, I'm going to knock him out, pretty much. Just beat him. But I had to speak on that since the New Day was just throwing shots at it all night, being on, I guess, on social media, on Twitter all night, and Woods wearing the Bird 1800 shirt, which looked pretty cool, I'll give it that. I'll give him that shirt did look raw. But, moving on, the Bludgeon Brothers beat up some jobbers. Next thing you know, Usos were out there and cut a masterful promo, as always, talking about, last week we was talking about the day one-ish, but this thing we're going to tell you what lockdown means, as pretty much Jey Uso talking about, it ain't about getting booked, apprentice, sleeping on concrete, being in a chain gang, assuming the position, wearing orange jumpsuits, and sleeping on concrete for 8 hours, and he been through that. And don't get me wrong, we all know Jey Uso was arrested for DUI, and he was bailed, and maybe he was sleeping on that for about 8 hours, but dude sound like he just got out the pen after 10 years. It looked like he sound like he's seen some things in jail. He look like he been there for a minute. I'm sure he was bailed out quickly after whatever the DUI, DWI, whatever he had, but Jay was speaking like he was locked up for some time. Like, he went through that time out there. But the Usos talk about how they run the division. There's a lot of tag teams saying they're hungry, but listen, they don't eat until we tell you to eat. All right, y'all thirsty? Y'all better drink from the Holy Grail. Like, till we say so. We're the kings. And as we split the Red Sea, and the Usos pretty much said, 2017 has been the come up from the Usos. We went from, face paint to snapbacks and Uso crazy to that day one-ish. And they went from Samoan drops to that black and white, and we were just alright until until we had match of the night, okay? And the Usos was just going like how they were before to what they are now, to pretty much being one of the best tag teams in the WWE right now. I would say also one of the best tag teams in the world right now. So the Usos cut a great promo. Yeah, they didn't wrestle or anything, because everybody knows that Jimmy Uso has a match later on tonight right after Smackdown in the whole mixed match challenge thing. But Usos just cut a awesome promo out there. Was just killing the game. So if you ever get a chance, check that out, because it's not Paranoia, it's the Usos. I'm glad they did not put that little lockdown thing again during the promo, which was that weird cell thing, which it looked really weird. So I'm glad they stopped that, even with Nakamura. Or we know Nakamura didn't come out tonight, but that Rockstar thing, because even Nakamura was backstage saying pretty much once again to AJ, I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. But Usos great promo. Now here's something I didn't get tonight. This whole top 10 thing that it's not, the wrestlers can have vote for themselves, but everybody on SmackDown can vote for anybody, but they just can't vote for themselves. And I looked at this list. I'm sitting there looking at it, and first off, this whole list is bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. It's right off the bat, it was bullshit. Okay, and it made no sense to me. And I'm thinking about this list, as they said it before. This was supposed to, give them for more of an opportunity, but we're putting champions in this. Let me just read this list for a minute, okay? Number 1, Ty Dillinger. Yes, he's the perfect 10, but what has he done? What has he done? Ty Dillinger is barely even on TV. He even lost a match last week anyways, but he has done nothing, literally, on SmackDown. Nothing right now. So how in the hell is he number 10? Randy Orton, he's been around. Yeah, he was in the Rumble, but would I put Randy Orton at number 9? Nah, but then again, it's like, what has he kind of done right now? Becky, trying to get some momentum back. Usos, who are the champions, in my opinion, should be on a higher number, maybe number 3 or number 2. I don't know why the Usos are the champions. I don't even know why they have the champions in this. Okay, the champions, why do they need to be there? Shouldn't be the other guys trying to get a shot at the title that don't have a championship. 6, the New Day. New Day. 5, Bobby Roode. 4, Naomi. Oh, that's just surprised to see Naomi number 4. 3, Shinsuke Nakamura, which probably should be number 1 since he won the Royal Rumble. 2, Charlotte, which is the champion, and AJ Styles number 1, because AJ Styles is the best pretty much. But this list made no sense. I don't understand this list. I don't know what it's gonna count into. I really don't know, but it's just right off the bat when they announced put Ty Dillinger in there, I just sat there like, what has he done right out the gate? It really was. And the champions being involved, I don't know. So you determine it, but I don't get it. Aiden English sang Rusev Day as he sang a song and introduced Rusev as he was going against Bobby Roode for the title. As this match went through nearly 2 or 3 commercial breaks and really kind of cut off the match when it was getting good through these odd commercials half the time, the match kind of started off slow at first, but it looked like it was coming in. Yes, Aiden English got involved, but getting to the last parts of the match was pretty good, as Roode had to dodge the accolade and pretty much hit the glorious DDT for the win. But right after the match, Randy Orton just out of nowhere again, like he did a few weeks ago for the Rumble, Nakamura literally just woke the crowd up and hit a crazy RKO on Bobby Roode, and then he hit English with one, and then he pretty much spiked Rusev with one, then with an RKO, which he just went nuts and just celebrated with the crowd. Then after that, But the first RKO, the crowd just didn't know what was going on with Randy Orton. I don't think he turned heel or anything, but I guess Orton was like, hey, I'm coming after anybody with RKO. Everybody can get these RKOs. Or maybe he's going for the U.S. title. I don't know. But like I said, the match wasn't bad. It's just really had a lot of problems throughout the Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable pretty much had a segment that, thank God it wasn't none of these weird Snapchat videos again, mocking Breezango and the Ascension, and that you're going to restore honor to the tag team division, and that the Ascension are next to take out. Which, yeah, I don't think nobody really cared about this match. Gable and Benjamin won, beat the Ascension. Whatever, pretty much, because I don't know, the Ascension, oh god, they really killed that team from NXT, and they were the shit in NXT to point people. They really were. And to the main roster killed them, and they made them look like the Road Warriors. Next week, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, where they said Ziggler's been gone for 7 weeks. God, dude, it was already wasted of time when you brought Ziggler back at the Royal Rumble. And number 30 did nothing for him. I don't understand Dolph Ziggler at this point in time. I really don't. I already saw strange enough. He won the U.S. title. He relinquished the U.S. title. Disappears. Come back at the Rumble for literally no apparent reason. And now he's off for TV for 2 weeks until next week. What? Doesn't make sense. AJ Styles was on commentary for Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Even though we've seen this match for so many times, these two always put on a good match, of course. So, the match was good. It's Owens and Zayn. They always put out a good to great match, so you can never really complain, even though I see it and I just say they said it's the last time, but it's never really the last time, and they keep going against each other. Match was still good overall. It's Owens and Zayn, alright? They always put on great matches, or whatever. But it was for a number one contender shot. But after pretty much Sami Zayn hit that tornado DDT outside the ring that he does, he pretty much went to AJ Styles and argued with him. Next you know, AJ punched both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and jumped out of the ring until Daniel Bryan came out and he says, you know what's due to AJ Styles interference. Oh no. Due to AJ Styles' interference at Fastlane, Daniel Bryan pretty much went on to say that it's gonna be a triple threat match. So we gotta go through this whole feud again, like going back into the Rumble. Sometimes I wonder why they didn't just do a triple threat at the Royal Rumble. So first it's a handicap match, now it's a triple threat match now. So yeah. So we gotta go through this again. How will Daniel Bryan and Shane argue with each other next week about Daniel Bryan making this decision, since he's given him this match because of their superlative performance tonight by Owens and Zayn? So what will happen next? I'm sure we'll get more of them kicking off the show, and I'm sure there'll be a promo video saying what's going to be Shane McMahon's reaction this week on Smackdown for Daniel Bryan's decision for making this a triple threat match now at Fastlane. So first it's a handicap, now it's a triple threat. Once we move past this, we'll just go back to Nakamura versus AJ leading into WrestleMania, since Nakamura has won the Royal Rumble. But I guess AJ still got to fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and sure Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon will argue over it for more and more weeks to come. So the feud continues, folks. The feud continues, and it's not looking that good like it has before. So we'll see how they go next week. But as for the SmackDown review, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I guess will check out 205, since I believe it's Roderick Strong versus Hideo Itami, which I'm sure Itami will move on, and Lindsay Dorado versus Kalisto in this whole Cruiserweight title tournament. I don't know if this whole thing is going to change after this is all said and done, because it leads into WrestleMania. I've said my little thing about it last week and even yesterday. We know Rockstar Spud is the GM, so we'll see what happens. But then it was just another random Cruiserweight tag match that the crowd did not care for. I don't know. The crowd, like I said, they don't need to be doing this after SmackDown. Last week it was a Philly crowd, okay? Could things get better since Enzo is gone? But then, I'm not saying this cruiserweight title is cursed, as I said before. But every person that gets this title, something bad keeps happening to them. Like I said, Neville walks out, Swan gets arrested for domestic, Enzo gets fired for false accusations of rape. What else? Brian Kendrick's injured. Austin Aries, like I said, Austin Aries never won it, but it's just odd when they said they never had anything for Austin Aries, and they pretty much burnt him out in that whole division. So, yeah, I don't know about the cruiserweight thing, but like I said, it was some good matches last week, but I don't know if it's going to be a turnaround in that. Time will tell, but I don't really think it will. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace, comment, subscribe, check out my reviews, anything from Royal Rumble or NXT TakeOver Philadelphia or any other past videos. So yeah, I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.